All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson. I appreciate you tuning in. Give us a call on a voicemail line, 219-413-9405. If you hear anything you just want to go ahead and comment on or join the conversation. And, of course, we'll play your take back on the next episode. Now, just to give an update on the Falcons head coach options and everything that's been going on with their organization from head to toe since they fired the CEO, they fired the GM, they fired their head coach. They kind of clear house. So the coaches available and the teams that are still looking for head coaches right now. You have the Browns, Kevin Stefanski was fired. Raiders, Pete Carroll was fired. You have the Falcons, obviously, they cleared house. Then the Cardinals, Jonathan Gannon, head coach, he was fired. And the other teams that are looking for head coaches right now, you have the New York Giants, the Tennessee Titans, the Baltimore Ravens, who recently fired John Harbaugh, and the Miami Dolphins, who recently fired Mike McDaniel. So obviously, this is coming down to crunch time, and I'm very proud of the Falcons for handling business right away. So they recently did a bunch of interviews about finding someone to fit their president of football operations. Now, this role was initially implemented for Matt Ryan specifically. A lot of rumors were going on before he actually got the job, but now it is official that Matt Ryan is the president of football operations for the Atlanta Falcons, former MVP. I mean, Atlanta Falcons legend, honestly. So just extremely happy for Matt Ryan coming back to save my dying franchise. And now the route proceeds to find a GM. So we secure Matt Ryan. He's president of football operations. We're told that this is going to be a role that has the clearance over GM, coaching. He's going to be taking care of everything related to on the field practice, whether that's bringing players, hiring players, cutting players. He's going to have a final say in all of these things from what we're being told. However, Falcons still need to get a GM. As of lately, there's been a couple GMs that's been interviewed, but Ian Cunningham is the only GM that really has a name that's sticking with the Atlanta Falcons front office right now. Now, obviously, Bears are still playing, so they can't announce that they're going to hire anybody at this moment for GM if it is him. However, he's been there for some time. He's been with the Chicago Bears. He's helped Ryan Poles put together that team. He's been the assistant GM for the Chicago Bears for some time. So I'm excited about Ian Cunningham, and honestly, I'm still more excited about Matt Ryan, but I'm sure he's going to make sure the organization is in good hands. So loving that. And then the latest on the head coach search, the Falcons, they interviewed John Harbaugh as head coach. And they also interviewed Mike McDaniel as head coach. Now, my favorite is Clint Kubiak, the Seahawks offensive coordinator as of right now. But there's some things to be said. So John Harbaugh, I see a lot of mixed reviews about John Harbaugh in the Atlanta Falcons. Some people are saying, no, he's too old. He's old school. We don't really need him. But I kind of look at it in the perspective of, yes, John Harbaugh has already coached a lot in this league, and the league is changing rapidly. But John Harbaugh is a winner. John Harbaugh is a legendary coach. We're not going to sit here and act like if the Falcons hire John Harbaugh, it's a bad hire, considering that this is a guy who knows how to win. He has plenty of experience. He can coach a team. He can bring in the right guys. We're not going to sit here and even act like that. And I think it's silly to even nitpick at a bunch of different statistics of John Harbaugh's coaching records and things like this, because just looking at it from a point blank black and white perspective, John Harbaugh is a good coach. He's a good coach. And we're not going to sit here and go down a rabbit hole of things of, oh, well, he only won one Super Bowl and he ain't been back. He ain't win a big game. I mean, if he can just get the Falcons to the playoffs as of now, I think that's all we have to worry about, is getting back in that conversation, getting back in that contention. Obviously, we'll want to get to Super Bowls again, but I think as of now, baby steps to getting there. I mean, we just need somebody who's solid. So I'm not saying he's my personal favorite, but I trust John Harbaugh if he were to become the coach of the Atlanta Falcons. I think he's a guy that definitely knows what he's doing when coaching a team. I mean, he's had multiple quarterbacks. He's won a Super Bowl, and he's thrived under multiple quarterbacks also, even though a lot of these guys were, legends in a sense. But I'm not mad at a John Harbaugh hire. The other guy, I think I like him a lot more than John Harbaugh, is Mike McDaniel. So Mike McDaniel, he's been with the Atlanta Falcons coaching staff before as an assistant. He was there in 2017, the year they went to the Super Bowl, obviously blew the 28-3 lead. But I trust Mike McDaniel as a head coach. And one of the reasons behind this is because I've seen this man's offensive schemes. Oh my gosh, there's not a doubt in my mind that if Mike McDaniel was to return to the Atlanta Falcons, become the head coach, and keep Jeff Aldrich as the defensive coordinator, this team is winning 11 games. And that's how certain I want to be in whatever head coach that the Falcons hire. I want to be able to see that they can cook up an offense that's going to give me confidence that the Falcons will win 11 games the following season. Because I mean, the Dolphins, as bad as Tua was this previous year, it's no reason they should have even been in any conversations or any games that they've played in, because Tua was pretty bad, but yet they still made it work. So I trust Mike McDaniel, man. I know his coaching record is not very clear or very clean and crisp. However, this is a guy that knows his ball. He knows ball, man. So I'd gladly take Mike McDaniel in a heartbeat as head coach. Do I have him over Clint Kubiak? I don't really know, man. It's still a close call. I like Clint Kubiak and what he's doing. And I don't really think the Falcons can go in the wrong direction, especially if the finalists are between Mike McDaniel and Clint Kubiak. I'm good with it. Both have great offensive minds. I trust Mike McDaniel offensively a little bit more just because I've seen him cook up with that Miami Dolphins team. I mean, with pieces, no pieces at all. When Tua is playing bad, when he's playing good, I've seen him cook up a lot. And he also has that prior experience of coaching a left-handed quarterback. Penix is left-handed. Tua Tagovailoa is left-handed. So he could definitely create some things that may easily be able to be aligned with Michael Penix, if that makes any sense. So I don't think it's a bad option here. Between these three, I think John Harbaugh, Mike McDaniel, and Clint Kubiak, all great coaches. But if I still had to go from top to bottom of my dream head coach scenario or dream scenario for the Atlanta Falcons right now of who would be the head coach, I think I'm going either Mike McDaniel as head coach or Clint Kubiak as head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. I think John Harbaugh is a great coach and all, but I kind of want something on the newer end. I want something that's a little more fresh and that has a little more longevity. So I think Mike McDaniel and Clint Kubiak, both of those guys being great offensive minds, can definitely be able to cook something up in the long run for the Atlanta Falcons, especially if we keep Jeff Aldrich, which I think the Falcons are really making a point to do since they declined the Cowboys interview for Jeff Aldrich as the defensive coordinator. So I'm excited about this, man, but ultimately, I guess we're not going to find out until either Seahawks are eliminated or Bears are eliminated. All of these positions. But definitely some good candidates here, man. Definitely some good candidates. The one candidate, I will say, the only candidate I really want to stay away from is Kevin Stefanski. Oh my gosh. The only candidate I really want to stay away from is Kevin Stefanski. If the Falcons bring in Kevin Stefanski, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't know if I will have it in me to continue to cheer for this team if they bring in Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski had one winning season in the last 5 years. In the last 5 seasons, he had one winning season. And then in the last 2 seasons, the man has had a .23 win percentage. I don't want that as my head coach. And then I look at the aspect of this guy has had multiple quarterbacks on his team when the issue has been, the Browns don't have a quarterback. The guys he had as quarterback left and thrived. Baker Mayfield damn near had an MVP season early on. And last year, he's been thriving ever since. So clearly he wasn't a problem when he was under Stefanski. And then Joe Flacco, we were told the Browns don't have a quarterback. He left the Browns, went to the Bengals, and did Joe Burrow numbers, did MVP numbers. So I definitely do not want Kevin Stefanski there. I don't see a single reason why he could be a good head coach for the Atlanta Falcons. I know you say, but the Browns didn't have talent. Yes, they did. At one point in time, they had OBJ and Jarvis Landry and also Nick Chubb. They had a squad at one point. So we're not going to sit here and act like, the Browns have been in shambles. They don't have any talent at all. No, we're not doing that. They had enough. They had enough talent. And if you got other quarterbacks who are going places and thriving just a year later, That tells me all I need to know if you're an offensive guru. Hell no. Keeps Kevin Stefanski away from my Atlanta Falcons. Please. Sorry, that's it. That's all I got, man. I ain't mean to go on no one final rant, but that's all I got for y'all today. So I appreciate you for tuning in, man. Follow us on Instagram at The Run Podcast, Facebook at The Run Podcast, TikTok at The Run Podcast, YouTube The Run with Manny Wilson. Twitter is also Podcast The Run. I've been trying to get on Twitter more. But send it to a cousin, brother, aunt, uncle, niece, nephew, coworker, friend, family member, babysitter. I promise you they not gonna mind. And look, man, with the positive note is just gonna be to continue to put one foot in front of the other. You never know when you're gonna finally get to that destination, so you got to continue to put that one foot in front of the other. Other than that, man, that's all I got. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and we'll be back later on this week, and so on and so on and so on.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.